Hello everyone, welcome back to Plumberparts. My name's James. Today is a micro video. We're going to zoom right into one particular subject. I'm doing this whole bathroom renovation series. Today what we're going to be doing is a very small job in a very big cog of wheels that we have to do when we're doing bathroom renovation, and that is fixing the waste and the overflow to a bath. So let's get on with it now. And before we get on with this video, I'm just going to give you a chance to click the subscribe button and the notification bell. It's really important and it helps the channel grow. Now, let's get on with helping you out getting your bath waste in. So I'm just going to pop the bath out from where we're actually working so you guys can get a really good look at it. Now this is a simple overflow because sometimes we can get overflows that actually have a feed to them, a little 15mm feed usually, and you've got a nice little snazzy bath fill that's also integrated into the overflow. They look lovely and they work really well, but we haven't got one of those to fit today. This is going to be really simple. So what you're going to need for this job is your brain, your hands, a small amount of clear mastic, some cutters, and that's about it. This is, oh yeah, and a screwdriver. That is it. There's not a lot needed for this job. Should be simple. So the first thing we're going to do is there's a protective kind of sheet on this you want to peel off, and just peel off the areas where you're actually working. So that's number one, so that's a bit peeled off there. And we've got the same to do down at the bottom just here. It's never easy to find them or get them started, but... Right, so we've got the bath ready. Come have a look at this. So look, down here, we've got the bath ready. These bits here are pulled away. If you get right over and have a look, come on. You see I've pulled that bit away there. This is the finish of the bath there. What we've done is we've pulled away our protective cover. If you don't know whether it's there or not, because this is quite hard to see sometimes, come around to a corner that you're not going to be able to see and just have a look around here and just pick that off and see if you can find that little bit there, and you'll be like, oh look, there it is. Best thing you can do when you're doing a job like this is to have a look through all of the parts, yeah, and figure out what you're going to want. I mean, sometimes you don't need all of them, but sometimes you do. And also, you see what these are? These are called instructions, yeah? If you're me, you don't read them and you get it wrong, yeah? If you're my wife, you read them and you get them right. No, I'm not going to screw them up. These are really important. So the first thing we're going to do is just divide everything up into what we need. So this is our overflow pipe. I've already actually popped this bit on here, but what we've got inside, having read the instructions, and this might be different for every type of overflow pipe manufacturer there is out there, but these are good. These are made by Crosswater, these ones, and they are well made. We've got an O-ring there. We've got then a tapered rubber seal, and then at the back we've got a slip collar, like a nylon slip collar, that will allow our nut to slip round there and do it up nice and tightly. We can pop that in there like so. If you want, you can pop a little bit of mastic around here if you like. I did say that you could use mastic in this video. Mastic or clear seal. You can just pop that on there like so and do that up. I say like so quite a lot these days, don't I? Yeah. About 50% of bath traps are going to have this, okay? The other 50% will have this in two pieces. You have a small bit, usually like a black bit of rubber like that, and then another bit underneath, but it really depends. Now this bit, I want you to come and have a look. We'll show you. Go down nice and low. Right, so look, this bit here, that folds up into here and then pop up to over the top end. And then that pops in just like that. Okay, it's nice and floppy at the moment, but that bit is now in and done. And then this piece will slot into that. And if I take this out, it's easier for me to show you with it out. We've got like a little receiving bit in here, and that will pop over our collar like that. So I think you get a good idea as to what we're doing here when it comes to that. Right, next thing you're gonna do, you'll often find that you've got loads of this. You don't really need all that, okay? We don't need that all there. And if you step back, you'll be able to see a bit more. I want you to see the whole bath. If I married up our overflow plate, which is exactly the same as the one on the bottom on this design. So look, you pop that on here like that, and then you can just marry up roughly where this goes. And then I pop my thumb, so it's like there. So you see, we're trying to put an inch's worth inside this. Now, you don't want to go too far. If you do go too far in, it's going to stick up inside the actual inside of the fitting, and that could, you know, over time, gunk get on there, and guess what? It's going to block up, and you're not going to have that overflow. Now, you can use any tool you want for this bit, but because I'm a plumber, I've got this. Stop laughing, Emily, it's not funny. Guess what? Because I've read the instructions, but also because I've fitted a million of these over the years, right? Yet again, we've got that same little setup, okay? This is all going to get received into that. like so, right? First thing I'm putting on is Zinat. The Zinadizan Zinat. Then the slip washer. Then our tapered washer with the taper facing away from the nut, okay? So the flat is at the back. These can be a bit of a bum to get on sometimes. You kind of just got to rattle them over a little bit. Then we've got our O-ring. Now you want to put the O-ring in a few sort of bits down, like that. And then just wet it, like lick your tongue or whatever. Lick your tongue, lick your tongue. Lick your tongue. Get that on there. Push this on like that. Ah, look at that, beautiful. And then just like I said, I want to draw your attention. We don't want this sticking up too far into here, otherwise it'll actually stop any water coming out. Because you could push it all the way up so it goes to that sort of centerpiece like that. We don't want that happening. All right, so we can push this up now, lightly do that up, and I think now you're going to start to slightly recognise what's going on here, aren't you? Yeah? Isn't it a beautiful thing? Plumbing's a beautiful thing. Right, so the next thing you want to do, right, is you could just go on here, hammer and tongs, put this onto the side of the bath, tighten that up, and everything will be okay. But the problem is, if we have a look at the bath and the way the undersides of baths are cast, this is fiberglass, and as you can see, it's quite a mottled, not a very flat surface. So you've guessed it, hands up at the back, well done Ruprecht. You've got it right. That's what we need to do, is put a little bit of silicone seal around here, and then we can pop it on, put a screw through the front and do it up nice and tight and clamp it. So I'll do that now. Right, so I've got myself some stuff here, like some sticky stuff. Just some silicone, but you can get bonding, sealing silicone now, and that's what I'm using for this. So it's a little bit thicker, a little bit more heavy going. Pretty much probably never use silicone in your life if you don't tap that like you're on ER. So we're just going to put a little bead of silicone around here. It's like Bake Off, isn't it? But like with plumbing. The Great British Bake Off. What are you doing today, Paul Hollywood? Oh no, I'm putting in a bath. Paul Hollywood. I doubt he'd be very good at putting baths in. Laser-eyed barn owl that he is. Right, so I'm just building this up. So look, foam rubber seal on here, well foam seal, goes on the underside. This bit goes in the front of the bath like that. That front of the bath obviously is very, very, very smooth, so it doesn't need any extra work done to it. Now, because what we've done here, you can almost just stick this on. So now we can just stick that on almost and just leave it if you wanted. Let me know then that we're getting this great seal. And then pop around the front. Making sure that our bits are pointing down. When it comes to the tightness of this stuff, I mean, hand tight's fine. The thing is we've got a brass screw going into a plastic, well, it's a brass receiver, but it's in a plastic housing. And if you overdo that, you over tighten it too much, it will just shear that off. And that's basically the end of the job. You're going to be very upset. But we'll just do that up like so. And if you wanted to right now, if you were really impatient, you can now put on this bit here with the cap on it. Now, the thing with this piece is that we know now, don't we, because we've looked at the bath already, that this underside here is going to be sealing up on that rippled, mottled, cast bit on the bottom of our fiberglass bath. Now, because of the design of this, it's all in one piece, the water is going to go in here and then down. So really it only seals in two places, on the underside of this lip, just here, and also on the underside of this here. But that's not to say we don't need to go and give it the extra creme de menthe and pop a little bit of seal around here. So that's what we're going to do now. A little bit more Paul Hollywood. Just getting it all done and dusted nice. Like. Oh yeah, look at that. I mean, look at that. Once you know, you know, you know. That ain't ever going to leak. I'll tell you that now. So this piece here, we'll just lay on top. Look, we've got a screw in there with a slot on the end of it. This bit will just lay there, like that. Go down there nice and tight. I'm going to feed that in. Now this can be a bit of a pain, especially if I've tightened that up a bit much, but right, that's on nicely now. Look, we've got a lot of movement there at the moment, but we're just going to keep doing that up until all this movement's gone. Right, so now this is really well done up. We've got a little bit of residue left on here. If you want, you can just use a screwdriver just to get that off. And if you want as well, you just use your finger to sort of take the rest of that off. But that is going to be on now. The creme de menthe, yet again, just screw this on. And there we go. That's our bath clicker waste. I want you to be able to see it against the wall. Right, now all we need to do is get our trap on here and then 45 down there. So you've all seen me do solvent weld before in the past. The first thing I want to show you is that we've got that little rubber washer there. That goes up into the bath, and that's what makes our seal from the trap to the bath waste. Sometimes these don't go together properly because the spout on the bath waste is too big. So keep an eye out for that. So now we're just getting in the solvent weld pipe work, building all of this up. So I'll always put the trap in first, then make sure I've got everything right, then I'll glue everything together, having taken the trap off, rebuild everything, tighten it up. Look at this, isn't it just looking absolutely beautiful? The other thing I like about this job, it's all in 45s, so it'll drain away even quicker. Right then everybody, there we go, all done. How to do the overflow, the waste, and also you watched us pop that into the actual inch and a half that goes off to the stack as well, so hopefully that's given you an idea on how to do that. Everything's working okay. I can actually turn that tap on and everything, but this bath's not fully installed yet, so I am actually going to whip this out because there's a couple of little bits I need to do to get all this bit done, but I thought you'd like to see that. As I said, this is part of a larger bathroom series about the renovation of this whole bathroom. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that now, and remember to hit that notification bell. Well, this is actually in a playlist of all the videos about doing this bathroom job and everything. So there's a whole playlist on it, all from ripping out the old bath, ripping all the old stuff out, to getting all this how we are now. So it's quite a long old series, but I'm sure you'd learn loads from it, and all the other plumbing videos that I do as well. Thanks for watching today, guys. Thanks ever so much for coming along, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember to hold tight. See you soon.